Hi, everybody. It's Sarah Donovan here on day 11, March 11th, of the Slice of Life Challenge, where I'm sharing little slices of my day as a teacher with you. And right now, well, today is a testing day, so we've had this crazy schedule, which maybe I'll show you the bell schedule tomorrow. And I'm headed to class tonight in the city, but I want to wrap up a few um, assignments, give some feedback to some students before I leave for the day. So I thought I would show you how I give feedback to students using the system that's already in place at our school so that I can be consistent with how other teachers enter their grades. But for me, I'm just sort of entering narrative feedback and I kind of use a coding system. So I'm not going to click on too much because I don't want to reveal like the student's name here, but I wanted to show you that what I have in the grade book is sort of this is speaking standards. So using a dramatic pause when speaking, expressing emotion and eye contact, pace, and then these are some of the writing. So I'm asking students to use specific techniques in their writing. So the students have written spoken word pieces. So I just kind of have my gradebook broken up into the different techniques and then sort of an overall message quality sort of elaboration standard as well in the writing. So that's what I just type. I know it's not a lot of space, but in this box here with the comment, I can type like, I think like 200 characters, and that's where I give the student feedback. Over here is one student's portfolio, all of his writing. So he has an infographic, and this is for book groups. This is his spoken word piece here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up the spoken word piece and show you how I look at that. So for example, you can see the color coding here. So the students do this just to, like, I don't give any grammar tests, or I don't give any grammar quizzes. We use all of our techniques and grammar and conventions in context. So after students have already done their writing, and the very last thing before they publish, I ask them to do some color coding just as a way of showing me that I know that they know that I know they made deliberate choices with their writing. So here we have a syndeton, where sort of repetition without a conjunction. So that would be over here. So I would write a note to the student saying, effective use of a syndeton, you did it accurate without using conjunctions. Down here in the blue is an aphora. So over here, I would write a note to the student that he's using looking for, and I would be noticing that, like, by the repetition of that phrase, he's indicating some sense of longing and some sense of movement sort of in his piece. So I'm going to write that in there too. And then so use lots of anaphora pretty effectively. Look for the word choice. For the word count is pretty important. I always give students kind of a parameter word count so we have a sense of how long it should be. And then this is his time. So when you practice delivering his spoken word piece, we have a sense of about how long it is. One of the other objectives was to use some internal rhyme, and I asked students to make that bold, but I'm not really seeing that in here. So I might write a note. If I scrolled over, I might write a note asking for, like, I see some internal rhyme. I see some end rhyme. This is more repetition here. Leaves and leaves. Water in the creek. I mean, I see the end rhyme here, but I'm not sure if that was deliberate or if he, so I will write feedback to the student about where his internal rhyme is and maybe some of his intention behind the internal rhyme. So I just leave notes in here, and then I, submit it, and the students can then, when they access their grades, they can read my comments and then see the feedback on that. And then this green one is figurative language, so that's his simile in there too. So that's how I kind of do assessment. I just kind of put that information in there, and then I let them know, and then the student will see my note and then come to me and talk about the internal rhyme, or make some changes and then send me an email or give me a sticky note saying that he made revisions. And then there's another box over here that I don't want to slide over, but where I kind of respond holistically. And then, so after I kind of scan for some specific techniques, I'll read through the whole thing and then give him feedback on holistically. But this week, he's going to deliver this speech live in front of the students, or the spoken word piece. So again, I'll be able to hear it. And while he's delivering his speech is when I'll assess his dramatic pause and his emotion and eye contact, and then also his pace. So if you saw my video from last Friday, we sort of developed these criteria for their public speaking. So I added these into our grade book, and that's where I sort of rate. So you can see when I hover over it, you can see kind of all the detail in there. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm trying to look at a few of them and give them feedback before they present this week. And yeah, there's a little slice of how